What is up, YouTube? Hello, Party Parrots. Today, I'm bringing you guys the deck I used to climb the Deadpool Diners event from about 60,000 all the way to 500 million just playing this deck. At the beginning, I played a couple different decks. I played some Bounce, I played some Hammer Time, but now I decided I was going to finish it up with this list, and I love this list. This is exactly what I wanted to be doing because at least what I was seeing all over the Deadpool's Diner and on the ladder. If you're looking for a deck to climb on the ladder, I think this deck is going to be super well positioned for that too because it has super counters to Arishem. You are running Darkhawk and Mystique, as well as Cassandra Nova and Shang-Chi. You're running pretty much every card an Arishem deck does not want to go up against. You're running every single one of them, even Shadow King for something like Blob. Like, this deck will absolutely destroy Arishem. But I also wanted a list that could beat these kind of Thena Kitty Pryde decks that I was seeing everywhere. Once I got to the top of the Deadpool's Diner and even the top of like Infinite, I was seeing a lot of Kitty Pryde, Thena, Angela. And so I brewed up this deck, Toxic Control, and I really like what this deck is doing because you can really easily go over the top them while also controlling them because Shadow King is a card that I really wanted to play. You can reset Angela's, Thena's, Kitty Pryde's against Silver Surfers. You can reset things. There are so many cards. People are running their own Cassandra Novas. You can just easily reset that with Shadow King. And so how this deck is set up is you are running the Darkhawk packages mostly your early game. You play like, hopefully you can get a Corrigan, and then you really start on turn 3 with like Nocturne, Rock Slide, Cassandra Nova. Any one of these are great 3-drops to play. And then you have hopefully we'll get a Miss Marvel down. She's really key because after you like, let's say have a Corrigan, a Shadow King in a lane, that's only like 4 power. But with Miss Marvel, that could be 9. And if that was a lane that they had like an Angela, Athena, and a Kitty Pryde in, that's like 6 or 7 power from them. And so that 9 power, while not being a ton, if you reset them or if you Shang-Chi like a blob, they might not be ready for just like 8 power there when you have such a big swing. So really key Miss Marvel to help us with that control. And then you have your big 5-drops. You are playing Darkhawk as well as Ajax. And Ajax is why you're playing Hazmat. Hazmat is not an early game play if you can avoid it, because Hazmat turns Ajax regularly into like a 518, a 519, and that is so much crazy power. And what's really nice is if you play Ajax on 5, generally they won't be able to just like Shang-Chi it. Most decks seem to be running Shang-Chi, so you don't usually want to like run out Darkhawk on 5. But you can run out Ajax, and as long as you don't have priority, then you wait until that last turn to drop that Hazmat and just explode that Ajax up. You can go like Ajax into a Mystique and Hazmat. And then finally, we are running Sarah. And Sarah allows us to, we can play like Sarah and then Ajax and Hazmat on the same turn is nice in case you are waiting to draw them. Or you can play Sarah and then play like Darkhawk and Mystique on the last turn. Un-Shang-Chiable if you don't have priority. Un-Rogue, no Enchantress. You just really want to throw priority and then figure out how to play a giant 5-drop or just control them with Shang-Chi, Shadow Kings, and then get that power with Miss Marvel. This is exactly what I want to be doing when I'm playing Marvel Snap. And again, I had a really easy climb up at that Deadpool's Diner, got that Cassandra Nova. If you're looking for a deck to do it, I would really recommend this one. But please, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have a patch coming out on Tuesday, an OTA on Thursday. I don't want you guys to miss any of that. I'm going to have decks, I'm going to have updates, but for now, let's get into this gameplay. Ooh, so we have our Darkhawk, and we're playing against a Arishem deck. So this is the dream. We have Cassandra Nova and Darkhawk. This is exactly just how this deck now has 2 ways to just really go, oh my gosh, and they're snapping us? Oh, this is perfect. I mean, we already know that we're going to have like a 3-15 and a 5-35. Mystique can also cop the Darkhawk. The key to this match is going to be us throwing priority. We do not want priority here. And Sarah can actually really help us do that. That can help us wait to play Darkhawk and Mystique on the last turn. And then really all we have to do is then all we're really going to have to do is make sure we don't get like Goliath out of the game, which means we got to play for all three. Opponent's taking a long time after snapping to actually decide to play these turns out. Gotta have a lot of decisions. But Darkhawk is good because that can let's win middle. They probably just have Loki. Which Loki is a bit unfortunate for us because it might mean that if they take our Loki that they'll see that we have Darkhawk and Cassandra. Nice. And then we draw Mystique. So we'll go ahead and play Sarah left next turn. And then Darkhawk Mystique. Maybe Darkhawk Cassandra just in case. Or just in case they have like an Goliath and one of them gets Goliathed. Darkhawk and Mystique is obviously the more power, but they did Nick Fury. The only way I'm going to play around, not going to play as much around Goliath, is if they play Loki. Because we don't have Goliath in our deck. They could Goliath us now, which would honestly be fine. Opponent has a lot of decisions. Okay, so they drop one of their 6 drops. So now we will go ahead and play Sarah. We might take priority doing this, but this is how... Our other option is to just play out the Darkhawk, which obviously is definitely going to get priority. Okay, we easily beat this blob. So we will just play... again, I'm going to play around Goliath. I'm going to play Darkhawk, Cassandra. Let's see. So this is going to be 16 power. We go up to 22 here. We're down by 14. They'd be at 35. So we do it in... I think we do it in... Where would they be most likely to Goliath us? They could Goliath us. I think they're going to try to Goliath us middle. Because of, or left because of Shang-Chi. Is one way that they would lose. Ultron. Okay. And there you go. Just very easily trounces the Arishem deck. Even with an Ultron Silent Sanctum Sanctorum, we just beat them in the lanes we can play to. Blob ain't that big. Okay, so we got our Hazmat, which... Oh, okay, so it looks like we're playing against one of the Thena decks. Hazmat Ajax is one of the best ways to kind of target what our opponent's doing. Looks like they're on the Darkhawk Mystique build of it, which is probably pretty good for us. We can go... Do I want to play Rocks? So, Cassandra Nova is always good to play after Rock Slide. So I think what we do is we play Rock Slide right. Especially because we really are hoping to get our opponent to not draw their Darkhawk, since this is a Lechugulia game. Nice. They don't have Rock Slide, which is probably going to end up being big for us. We can play Miss Marvel. Oh, that's not Miss Marvel. So we can drop this Miss Marvel here, and then play... Okay, so if we can get our... We really want to get Shadow King for right. That would absolutely destroy our opponent. Oh, we got the Darkhawk. That's big. Okay, so now what we do is we play Sarah here. This will make them want to put power right, and then we'll probably put Darkhawk left, Mystique middle. Yeah. And they have priority, so we don't have to worry about anything too crazy here. Oh, and we draw the Shadow King, though. So we could play Shadow King, reset them all here. Be pretty major. And then play Hazmat Darkhawk? Actually, I kind of like this. So we do this. Hazmat here would actually have us winning middle, so that we keep some honest middle, and then Darkhawk probably wins us right. Okay, as long as this goes middle, yeah, we're fine. We are fine. That is a win. There you go. This is the other big bad of the format. After Arishem, this is the deck I wanted to beat, and Hazmat is super good at helping beat that. Okay, so our opponent looks to be playing some sort of Thanos list. Ooh, okay, we've got our Hazmat and Ajax. We get to play a Korg here. Put this in the Isle of Silence, just start getting some power in there since most of our power is ongoing. And then we can play Nocturne mid, so we won't get clogged up middle. Man, this is happening a lot to us here. This is this pet mansion. We do have Shadow King for Shuri's lab, though, which can be really relevant. Psylocke and a stone. Interesting. So, let's just turn off the Shuri's lab. I think we're just gonna pass here. It's a bit awkward. Okay, this is not the one that makes it indestructible, though. So now we can play Ajax here. Actually, I think we go Darkhawk here because the Darkhawk is so big. And then we Mystique and then Shadow King to reset it. We might move the Nocturne left to get some power there. Space Stone. Oof. Can't be destroyed or discarded, so it can still have its power reduced. So now we play Mystique here, Shadow King here. And then I guess we do this because who knows, we might end up winning left. Actually, what we should definitely do is move the Nocturne here and then play Mystique here. And then Cassandra Nova right would be 8 power here, which would beat Shang-Chi over here. Yeah. So we throw middle, even though we have the Shadow King for it. They might be expecting... I guess we can't shadow the Thanos. Plus this is going to be 14 power, maybe a little bit less if they draw a card or two. They have priority, so I guess this would maybe lose to, because the Mystique wouldn't go, but it's still definitely our best bet. And plus, we still might just win left. We're definitely going to win right through a Shang. Okay, they play everything left. Ooh, Baxter building. Okay. So they do draw 2 cards, which is pretty key for them. Shang doesn't do it. And then Rock. It's going to flip up something big because they just... Ooh, nice! And that is a big Mystique. And that is a big Cassandra. There you go. Taking down Thanos. Okay, so obviously Sarah into an Onslaught Citadel would be pretty amazing. Korg, they're probably a Nocturne deck. Definitely a Darkhawk deck. I mean, we're definitely going to stay in this. We're also a Darkhawk deck. And again, Sarah into Onslaught Citadel. All we're missing is, I mean, if we can get Hazmat to make this Ajax go insane. We've got Shadow King for Thena. That's pretty nice to see as well. I will play the Rock here because of, I'll probably play this. Oh no, obviously we're not gonna play the Sarah there. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to play the Miss Marvel here. I think so. I guess since we're gonna play the Sarah there, it's actually worth it to play the Miss Marvel. We have Shadow King though. I think it's worth it to do this. And then we end up playing for left and middle. Opponent's playing a lot of rocks. Again, Shadow King is going to be huge here. So now we play Sarah. And then we're really just looking to draw preferably Darkhawk, but Hazmat would work equally well. Oh yeah, I mean, if we draw that Darkhawk, well, we definitely, or Hazmat, we're definitely winning left. Draw Rock. That makes this a bit more tricky. So we can do this. This. And this. Just because it's more... Oh, I guess we play the Shang here. We play Shang, this, and then... And that doesn't win us that lane. So this. Oh, actually, because Shang... Okay, that's what we do. Because Shang wins us middle, we play Shadow King left, and then Ajax middle. Yeah. Yep. So now we lose. Because we didn't draw, yeah. We just needed, just kidding. We got him. Shadow King control. Alright, so our opponent is ranked very highly. So I imagine they are probably playing the, a Darkhawk build. Ooh, Cassandra would be really good middle. What I might play is Nocturne middle. Man, we will just never play Nocturne. This is the third game Pet Mansion has flipped up third. Okay, Gladiator is not scary. Huh, that would have been nice to have. So let's do this. And then we can do this. Which will be 8 power over here. Just a nice little Gladiator with upside. We're bigger than that. And then, because we've drawn 2 cards, what we can do here is play Sarah right, which should mean that we don't get priority here. And then we'll play, like, Darkhawk left, Mystique middle. We'll probably Darkhawk right. So those are big Nocturnes. And they do get to move. Man, it's unfortunate that we didn't get to put our card there. So, if they move 2 Nocturnes left, we would lose middle. We could also do this. It's a bit unfortunate that we didn't Dark Hawk last turn now. So if we... What does this do? This brings us up 25 here, so we beat... And maybe these two going here. And then the Hazmat, though, means we win that lane, but I don't think we win middle. Oh, it's a shame we lost that Ajax, actually. If we had Ajax Hazmat here, that could maybe do it. I guess if we're gonna do this, and this actually. Okay, so they did play for every other lane. Oh, we definitely would have won left. Oh! Do we... so we should have done that left. Sparrow's bringing them down a lot left. So they're up by 4. We're up by 4, and it's a perfect tie. Wow, what a crazy game. So if we would have done this in this lane, we actually would have won, but we had no idea the Onslaught Citadel was going to flip up. What a crazy game. Coming back from defeat.